I hope you're having a good day. We're going to jump forward and look at one of the other judges. We're going to look at Samson today. We're going to look at him again tomorrow. So we're just looking at the first two chapters concerning his life today. Our hymn today is called Be Ye Strong in the Lord.
Be ye strong in the Lord and the power of his might, firmly standing for the truth of his word. He shall lead you safely through the thickest of the fight. You shall conquer in the name of the Lord. Firmly stand for the right, on to victory at the King's command, for the honor of the Lord and the triumph of his word. In the strength of the Lord firmly stand.
Thank you, Lee. Verse 2, Be ye strong in the Lord and the power of his might, never turning from the face of the foe. He will surely by you stand, as you battle for the right, in the power of his might onward go. Verse 3, Be ye strong in the Lord and the power of his might, for his promises shall never, never fail. By the right hand he'll hold thee, while battling for the right, trusting him thou shalt forevermore prevail. Firmly stand. Okay, the birth of Samson we find in Judges chapter 13. Samson, unlike some of the other judges, we follow him from his whole life, frankly. Some of the others, actually, I can't think of any of the others that is the case. And so Samson is peculiar in that. He's going to be a Nazarite. Verse 5, so here the Lord is speaking to his wife, pardon me, speaking to a man named Manoah. His wife was barren. The angel of the Lord appears to the woman, and then she, I believe, speaks to her husband, and Manoah prays to the Lord, and you have all of these things happening. And so Samson is born, and the child grows, and the Lord blessed him, and the Spirit of the Lord began to move upon him at those places. Okay, now chapter 14, verse 1. Now Samson went down to Timnah and saw a woman in Timnah of the daughters of the Philistines. So he went up and told his father and mother, saying, I have seen a woman in Timnah of the daughter of the Philistines. And they say, we're not too sure about that. Why can't you choose a daughter from amongst our own brethren? And Samson says, Get her for me, for she pleases me well. But his father and mother did not know that it was of the Lord, that he was seeking an occasion to move against the Philistines. Samson is a somewhat of a difficult individual for us to get our mind wrapped around, because he's listed amongst the faithful, I believe, in Hebrews chapter 11. And it's tempting to think, he's just governed by his passions, and certainly he's going to have a certain amount of trouble in his life. But do not lose sight of the fact that the Lord is seeking an occasion, to move against the Philistines. That's what this is about. This is not just, Samson found this gal. There's more to it. And what's behind it is, as the Spirit of the Lord came upon him, the Lord is looking for an occasion to move against the Philistines. The Lord is judging the Philistines. Don't lose sight of that. As the account goes on, Samson goes down to Timnah with his father and mother and came to the vineyards of Timnah. Now to his surprise, a young lion came roaring against him. The Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and he tore the lion apart as one would have torn apart a young goat, though he had nothing in his hand, but he did not tell his father or his mother what he had done. And it's like, well, what's going on here? What's the point? And I understand this is going to play into the riddle that he gives to the Philistines. But I wonder if an element of it is not, let me put it this way. Who are some of the other judges? Do you see Deborah tearing a lion apart like this? No. Different judges. And with Samson, and as the Lord uses him, it is going to take a certain amount of brutality. How much brutality? About as much brutality as it takes to rip a young lion apart just like you would a young goat, though he had nothing in his hand. It's kind of an odd picture of the young goat. I can't imagine tearing a young goat apart. But just think about piecing out a chicken, because you get that idea. And to do a larger animal like that, where you're just ripping it apart with your bare hands, this is going to require a certain amount of brutality. And that is Samson. The things he does, they are going to be absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. But then, as he comes back through, he turns aside to see the carcass of the lion, and behold, a swarm of bees and honey were in the carcass of the lion. Again, I understand this is going to play into the riddle, but when we think about what Samson is going to do, and let's put it this way, can something good come out of so much brutality? And the answer is yes. Can something good and sweet come out of something so horrible? And the answer is yes. Out of something so horrible, something good can come. The Lord's will can be done. You might think about that idea. Out of something horrible, something good may come. And you start thinking about Jesus. You might think about the things that happened to him and how horrible it was, but something good could come out of it. The Lion of the tribe of Judah was killed. Could something good come out of it? You might consider it. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good day. Join us tomorrow for another portion of our Daily Praise.